Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Stacy. I'm the Palladian Awakener. So today let's talk about June horoscopes. What is happening for all of us in June? And we're going to dive into each and every sign here. So before we dive into each and every sign, I just want to mention a few things before we get started here. So I use a whole sign, whole house system. I use Western tropical astrology in all of my videos on my YouTube channel, and also I reference astrology in my tarot readings as well. So this is not going to resonate for each and every one of you. As I always say, take what resonates, leave the rest. Do watch for your ascendant. And if you don't know your ascendant sign, you can watch for your sun sign. And also, if you know your moon sign, you can also watch for your moon sign if that resonates with you. Also, if you'd like a personal reading tailored just to you, for you, all about you, you can get in touch with me on my website, and I will be sure to link to that in the description box below. So let's get started here. So starting with Aries. So Aries, let's talk about the houses that the sun is sort of lighting up for you this month. So your third house, your fourth house is definitely going to be lit up this month. So the third house is a busy house. It's day-to-day busyness. It's transportation. It's siblings, cousins, neighbors, socializing, the internet. So that's going to be a focus for you this month. And also home and life matters. So your roots, your foundation, your family could even be something to do with the past. So that's definitely going to be the focus for the month of June. Now, let's talk about the two moons that are happening in June. So we have a full moon in Sagittarius happening on the 3rd at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, this is in your 9th house of religion, legal matters, higher education, teaching. This could also, actually, these moons are hitting your travel access period. So something to do with travel could be coming up at this point. And the nice thing is Pluto is supporting this full moon, and also Mars is supporting this full moon as well. The only little bit of a snag this month is that Saturn is making a square to this full moon from your 12th house. So, I mean, there might be, just to give you a simple example, there might be some delays when it comes to your 9th house stuff. So like legal matters, religion or teaching, or again, traveling, or maybe even something to do with your belief system or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Again, nothing to be concerned about because it is really, really nicely aspected by Pluto and Mars, which is really nice. Now, the new moon in Gemini is happening down in your busy 3rd house there. So again, this is the mind, communication, siblings, cousins, neighbors, relatives, things like that. The nice thing is, again, we have a mixed bag this month with the moons. So really nice aspect, this Gemini new moon of with Jupiter and Saturn. However, it's making a really awkward angle to Neptune. So the only thing is, Aries, you're not quite seeing something clearly when it comes to these 3rd house matters. I'm not asking anybody or you to hide under a rock. It's just as long as you're aware of it. So if things seem kind of foggy around, again, maybe travel or something to do with neighbors or siblings or relatives or communication or maybe even transportation, you're just not seeing something clearly. That's all. You're just a little bit foggy. This, I mean, this transit's going to pass. So, I mean, it doesn't last forever, Aries, but it's just sort of like a heads up type of energy around June 18th, give or take a few days before or a few days after this new moon. Now, really exciting news. We have Venus moving into the sign of Leo for a very extended stay because she's doing a retrograde. So this is lighting up your 5th house, Aries, and this is such incredible energy for you. Plus Mars is in here as well. So this is romance. This is dating. If you're interested in dating, Aries, oh my gosh, goodness, gosh, that's a new word. You're going to be attracting dating, partnerships, whatever you want into your life. Also, maybe new hobbies, maybe new projects, maybe new, if there's any new creative sparks or insights or something to do with, if you're an entrepreneur, dive into those at this time. Take advantage of this energy because Mars and Venus won't be in here forever, but when they're in here together, there's going to be a huge focus on this area of life. Also, children, sorry if I didn't mention children, kids. So kids are also highlighted if that resonates with you, which is really nice energy. Now we have a few big planets going backwards in the sky starting this month. Not a big deal. I mean, nothing new, I should say, because these big planets spend usually half the year anyway in retrograde. So, for example, Pluto is backing into Capricorn, which is your house of career, public reputation, status. It's even maybe something to do with your parents. Pluto's wrapping up something in this area. Keep in mind, Pluto's been here since 2008, so a very long stay. So Pluto is he's going to be here for the rest of the year for you. So yeah, he's just tying up loose ends, wrapping up loose ends before he finally plunges into your 11th house of Aquarius there. And then also same with Saturn and Neptune. They're both going retrograde this month too. This is in your 12th house. It's a much more quieter house. Aries, I'm not even really sure if you'll notice it or not. But yeah, Saturn is newly in this sign. Neptune has been in this sign for you since 2012. So, I mean, this is when the planets go retrograde, it's more of an introspection usually. Maybe people coming back from the past, situations coming back from the past. Being in your 12th house, this could be psychological for you. So things coming up to the surface to be healed, to be acknowledged, and to be let go of. And Pluto is also asking you to do that as well. Now, of course, Mercury is on the move too. Mercury always travels so close to the sun. So Mercury is going to be in the same signs this month as the sun. So third house, fourth house matters are definitely, Mercury is going to help get things going, the communication going and flowing in these areas of life for you as well. And just a couple highlights for the month. There's so many different aspects this month, but I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible. But, you know, I love any sort of aspects to the north or south nodes. So in your case, the north node, south node sitting in your financial access, Aries. So Jupiter, actually right now, as I record this video, Jupiter is conjunct the north node. I mean, it's going to go exact on June the 1st, but it's pretty darn close right now. So this is really interesting. And this only happens once every 12 years, of course, in a different sign. So again, maybe something is going to crystallize for you, Aries, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your work, maybe when it comes to something to do with taxes, debts, loans, investments, inheritances, something to do with other people's money, how you make money, how you earn money, even your material possessions. So take note of what happens around the first week of June or so. And then we also have another faded energy of the sun making an aspect to this north node in Taurus as well. The sun's going to be in Cancer. So again, something to do with maybe home and finances, material possessions, roots, family, foundation, things like that. So just be mindful of these things this month. And then, of course, I already mentioned sort of that Jupiter sextile Saturn type of energy. Again, this could be materializing something, crystallizing something, or maybe Aries even putting up your boundaries in some way, shape, or form when it comes to, I mean, it could be your career. It absolutely could be your career. It could be friendship circles, groups or associations that you belong to, or again, it could be psychological, something like bubbling up that needs to be healed, acknowledged, and sort of let go of. So, all right. Moving on here to Taurus. So Taurus, let's talk about where the sun is lighting up your chart this month. So the second house, third house is going to be a big focus for you this month, Taurus. So what is that? Your finances, your income, how you make money, your material possessions. This could also touch on your work. And then your third house is Very busy house. So communication, day-to-day communication, siblings, cousins, neighbors, social media. This could be transportation, and this is also short distance travel for you. Now we have let's talk about the moons. So we have a full moon in Sagittarius happening on June the 3rd. Now, these luminaries, the moons are illuminating, I should say, your financial access, Taurus. So, this could be being up there in your 8th house. This could be anything, maybe psychological. This could be death. I mean, I'm not saying literal, but like a transformational death, rebirths. Again, this is something coming to a head at the beginning of the month. Maybe something to do with taxes, debts, loans, any sort of shared finances or property that you share with another person could be coming up at this time. Now, this full moon in Sag is being really nicely aspected to Pluto and Mars, which is really beautiful energy. However, it's making a square to Saturn there in your 11th house. So, I mean, these could be a lot of different possibilities, but I'll give you a very simple one. Maybe something to do with your I don't know, friendship circles or loaning money to friends, groups, associations that you belong to, and having some sort of delay or challenge in getting that money back. Like maybe that friend doesn't want to pay you back, Taurus. But again, this could manifest in different ways. I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible, so I'm just giving you an example. Nothing to be worried about or concerned about, but just be mindful of this energy because with Saturn, we're always dealing with maybe a delay or a restriction in some way. So the new moon in Gemini is happening in your 2nd house. So again, financial access here. So money, work, finances, income, how you earn a living, material possessions. So this is a new moon. So this is normally where you plant those seeds of intention. This new moon is really nicely aspected with Jupiter and Saturn. However, it's making a very difficult angle to Neptune. So what does that mean? It's just something's foggy, Taurus. Something is just a little bit foggy. You're not seeing something clearly. Now, this isn't doom and gloom. I'm not trying to doom and gloom you. It's just be aware of this energy. And Neptune is in your 11th house, like Saturn, of, friendship circles, groups, memberships, associations that you belong to. So again, maybe mixing money and friendships is not the best idea, but you do you. Taurus, you do you. If you have the means to loan money and not have to worry about getting it back, perfect. But if you're not in that position, just think about this energy a little bit. Sit with this energy a little bit. Be mindful around June 18th about this, because that's when this energy is going to be the strongest. And again, I'm not asking you to hide under a rock. It's just being aware of these energies, being aware that, yeah, something is cloudy around this time. You're not seeing something clearly. It will come to light. It's just hard to say exactly when something will you'll get more clarity on whatever this issue or matter is for you. Now, really exciting news. Venus is joining Mars in Leo this month. Super exciting. And this is going to be a very long stay for Venus because she's doing a retrograde. So Venus and Mars are both in your 4th house of home, family, roots. Let me guess, Taurus, maybe you want to beautify your home, do some renovations, change up the home base in some way, shape, or form. You might get the itch to move or something like that. But very beautiful, attracting energy. So like Venus attracts wherever she goes. So anything to do with homes, if you work with homes, Taurus, it's going to be a very successful month for you because, again, Venus is going to be attracting in that business for you. Also, really great time for harmony and balance in the home. I mean, Mars there can cause some frustration, so I don't want to ignore that. But having Venus there kind of smooths things over, where Mars is a little bit more of a disruptor. So think about renovations of a home. I think that's the best example I could use, where you're maybe bashing through walls and things are falling down. That's Mars. And then Venus is beautifying everything and smoothing everything over and painting things in beautiful colors and, just basically beautifying your space, Taurus. So really beautiful energy for you over the next few months. So definitely take advantage of it. Now we have 3 big heavy hitters in the sky going retrograde this month. Not really a big shocker. These big outer planets, they usually go retrograde half of the year. So it just means that it's more of an introspection. It's more like maybe of a redoing, wrapping things up, going over things, people maybe coming back from the past or whatever the case may be. So Pluto, will start there. For example, Pluto is dipping back into your 9th house of religion, belief systems, higher education, teaching, travel, legal matters. So Pluto is just wrapping up something here. Pluto's going to be in here until the end of the year. And I know Pluto has been in here since 2008, transforming this house for you, Taurus. So he's not finished yet. He's not finished yet with any of us in at least one area of life. Now, Saturn and Neptune are also going retrograde this month. Neptune has been in your sign since 2012. Saturn just dipped into your sign this year. So again, it's just a matter of going internal. This specifically has to do with maybe long-term goals, hopes, wishes, dreams, reassessing those, reassessing your goals, maybe reassessing friendship circles, and any sort of memberships or groups that you belong to as well. You're sort of going inward and sort of reassessing that area of your life. Now, Mercury is also following the sun and highlighting your financial house and also your communication house. So Mercury's definitely going to pick up the chatter in these type of houses for you, Taurus. So it's just going to help illuminate those houses, and that's definitely going to be the focus for you is financial matters, work, material possessions, and then communication, siblings, cousins, neighbors, transportation, and travel as well. Just a couple highlights this month that I wanted to make note of is I love aspects to the nodes because they carry such a fated, destined feel to them, and Jupiter being in your first house and the North Node being in your first house, that is incredible. That's a blessing. Now we are at the back end of this grand fixed cross though at the beginning of the month. So it might be a blessing and a curse, Taurus. And this is for all of us. Okay. This isn't, I'm not picking on you, but we're still dealing with Jupiter. So Jupiter, I feel like, is lessening the blow for all of us. And then with you being in the first house, this represents you. This could be you physically, personally, your style, your body, your health. This could really touch any area of your life because it is your first house. So pay attention to what's happening end of May, beginning of June. Actually, as I'm recording this, we're in this energy right now. And then also the sun is going to make a really nice aspect to the North Node as well around middle of June, the 23rd of June. There we go. 23rd of June. Again, pay attention to what happens that week because I don't know, it just might have a faded feel, and it's around the solstice time, which is very magical for all of us all over the world. So yeah, just, I don't know, if you're into journaling, Taurus, or typing some notes into your phone, just see what crystallizes that week. See what comes in that week for you personally, those 2 weeks, sorry. So beginning of the month and middle of the month. And then also speaking of Jupiter, making a really nice sextile to Saturn as well. So again, this is in that house of hopes, wishes, dreams, long-term goals, your friendship circles, your social circles, your memberships, groups, associations. So something is crystallizing there, something is manifesting there, but also, Taurus, maybe you're putting up boundaries. Maybe you're solidifying your boundaries with these groups and associations that you belong to and friendship circles. It is an opportunity aspect, so definitely take advantage of this energy, Taurus. Okay, so moving on to Gemini. And yes, happy birthday, Gemini, if you are celebrating a birthday this month. So let's start with the sun, Gemini. So the sun is illuminating you. You are, in the spotlight. And then in the middle of the month, the sun's going to move into your financial sector, which is really, really, really exciting. So that's going to be the focus for you this month, Gemini, is you personally, maybe your body, your health, and then moving into your financial part of the sky. This could be work. This could be financial matters, of course. This could be also something to do with your material possessions and maybe your value system, and maybe even something to do with your home as well. Let's talk about the full moon happening in Sagittarius. Now, this is your opposite sign, Gemini. So this is highlighting your 7th house of relationships. So this could be business, this could be love, this could be long-term friendships, this could be contracts, negotiations. This is also your house of marriage. So this is shining a spotlight on your 7th house matters and also you personally. So very beautiful supportive energy from Pluto and also Mars, which is really, really nice. The only thing is there's a square coming from Saturn in your 10th house there, and that's your career, public reputation. This is also the parental access. So whenever Saturn is making more of a difficult aspect to any planet or point or placement, there's usually delays, there's usually restrictions, there might be some frustration. So just be mindful of that, Gemini. I'm not asking you to cop out and hide away. Just be aware of this energy. I mean, it's going to pass, okay? Anything to do with this type of, it's going to pass, okay? It's just in the moment, it might be frustrating or you're dealing with delays, but this too shall pass, Gemini. Now, you have your new moon coming up on the 18th of June. So Gemini, set those new moon intentions, set those wishes. This is your moon. So you wish away. Wish away, Gemini. That's what I'm going to say. And again, this is in your 1st house. So this could be anything. Well, again, this could touch any area of your life technically, but this could be your physical appearance, your identity, your body, your style. This could be even the health of your body. And again, this can touch any major life area for you. Now, the nice thing is this new moon is being very, very supported by Jupiter and Saturn. The only sticky thing, Gemini, is that it's squaring up to Neptune also in your 10th house, a career, work, the parental access, whatever you put out in the working world there or public eye. So Gemini, I'm just going to take a stab at guessing here. You might not be seeing something clearly when it comes to your career, the workplace, coworkers, bosses, something you're just not seeing clearly. Again, I'm not asking you to run and hide. Just be aware of this energy. You might feel cloudy around this day, and you might not be seeing something straight or clearly, or misunderstandings. This too shall pass, and you will see, you will get clarity, Gemini, at maybe a later date or once this transit passes. So just keep that in mind, Gemini. Otherwise, nothing, again, nothing to worry about. Now, really exciting news. Venus is moving into the sign of Leo, joining Mars. And this is happening in your 3rd house of communication, transportation, short distance travels, cousins, siblings, neighbors, relatives. This is busyness. This is social media for you. And Mars is in here too. So you're going to have tons of motivation, tons of drive to get this house ramped up for you. And technically this is sort of, Gemini loves the 3rd house. This is sort of, this house has a little bit of your Gemini type of themes to it. So take advantage of this energy, Gemini. And Venus is going to be here a long time, I think until October, because she's doing a retrograde. So take advantage of this amped up energy. If there's anything you want to maybe post out on social media, or get to know your neighbors better, or your siblings, or whatever, Venus attracts. Wherever Venus is in your chart, it attracts in. But Mars is there too, and Mars can be an irritant. Mars can, cause a little bit of disruption. He can be a double-edged sword at times. So, but these energies go really well together. It's literally the yin and yang of the zodiac. So regardless, take advantage of this energy, Gemini. Now, We do have 3 heavy hitters going backwards in the sky this month. Nothing new. These bigger planets, outer planets, they go retrograde about half the year. So Pluto is going to dip back into your 8th house just to wrap up, you know, something in that area. Pluto's been in this house since 2008, Gemini. So this can be, well, this is a transformational house for you. So again, it can be something to do with your finances, debt, loans, other people's resources, property, inheritance. This is also the shadow, psychological things. So Pluto's just dipping back in here just to do some cleanup until the end of the year. Saturn's going retrograde. Neptune is going retrograde. They are in your 10th house, both of them. So Neptune's been in here since 2012. Saturn is newly in this house for you. So again, these are just introspections. When planets go retrograde, it's like redoing, reassessing, going over things. You know, am I doing the right thing? And being in your career, I think thoughts of that are definitely going to be coming to the surface this month, Gemini. Also, Mercury is going to be helping move you along when it comes to, again, first house, second house matters, because Mercury travels really, really, really close to the sun all the time. So Mercury is going to keep you busy. Mercury is going to keep you focused on your finances, your material possessions, also your body, your health. And again, this energy could really touch any area of your life, because we're also talking about your first house here. Now, just a couple highlights for the month. Any aspects to the nodes, I always take note of because they have a very fated, destined feel about them. The North Node is with Jupiter in your 12th house. This is a bit of a quieter house, Gemini. So some of you might not notice this, but some of you will, especially if you have planets, placements, points at the beginning degrees of Taurus. You're going to feel this the most. But this is ultimately some sort of maybe blessing coming in, or the effect of maybe having an angel on your shoulder. This could be ultimate healing as well, which is really beautiful, but it could also be something to do with your career, because Jupiter will be making a sextile to Saturn up in your career house. So incredible energy for you, Gemini, because something might be crystallizing, something might be coming into form. You could be reaping those rewards. And also, maybe something to do with boundaries, Gemini. Maybe something to do with putting up your boundaries when it comes to work, career, something to do with your parents, maybe, which is good. I mean, this is an opportunity aspect, Gemini. So definitely take advantage of this energy. Okay, moving on to Cancer. So happy birthday, Cancer, if you are celebrating this month. So the sun is going to be jumping into your sign in the middle of the month. So beginning of the month, though, Cancer, you might be more focused on solitude, wrapping things up, closures, endings, subconscious matters. It's a little bit of a quieter house. But once that sun pops into your house in the middle of the month, I feel like you're going to get some of your groove back. You're going to get some of your energy back, which is really, really exciting. Now, let's talk about where the moons are landing in your chart this month. So yeah, you're looking at your busy, busy, busy 6th house. And again, your more quieter behind the scenes 12th house. That axis is being highlighted this month. So full moon in Sagittarius, 13 degrees on June the 3rd. This is highlighting a really busy house for you, Cancer, really busy. So this could be anything day to day. This could be duty, responsibility, work, your health, your fitness, your diet, your pets, your habits, your routines. This could even be something to do with the workplace. And again, a full moon, this is a culmination point. This could be your coworkers. If you own a business, this could be the people working for you. So lots of possibilities here, Cancer, coming up this month. Now it's making, the moon is making a really, really nice aspect to Pluto and Mars, which is really beautiful. But it's making a square to Saturn in your 9th house. So I'll just give you some examples here, Cancer. Like anything to do with Saturn making a square is delays, could be frustrations, could be things slowing down, not going as planned, things like that. So if any sort of frustrations come up around June 3rd, around this time, we're in this energy, very soon as I'm recording this. So just stop what you're doing, take a breath, and just realize, okay, this energy is going to pass. Once the full moon is over, this energy is going to pass, Cancer. So just keep that in mind. If there's any frustrations or any red tape that comes up, or anything to do with travel delays or legal delays or paperwork delays or things like that. Now, the new moon happening in Gemini, in that quiet 12th house for you, this new moon is being really nicely aspected by Jupiter and Saturn, which is really nice. Now, new moons are usually when you plant your seeds of intention. Again, this is a quieter house for you, Cancer. So anything to do with the unseen, healing, closures, wrapping up things, the subconscious, dream world, any sort of psychological matters is this house. Now, only thing I want to mention though too is it's squaring up to Neptune in your 9th house. So again, there might be something you're not clear on when it comes to paperwork, when it comes to traveling, when it comes to legal matters, or maybe something to do with immigration or citizenship. Just be mindful of that. You're not seeing something 100% clear. Wait till this energy passes, and it should, the clouds should part, so to speak. So again, speaking of that frustration, whether it's from Saturn or whether it's from Neptune, again, just be mindful. This energy is it'll pass, and then you'll get some clarity. Now, exciting news with Venus hopping into the sign of Leo and joining Mars. This is really nice for you, Cancer. This is your 2nd house of money. This is, how you earn a living. This is your material possessions and also your value system. So really, really, really nice energy in here, Cancer. I mean, the only thing though with Mars here, Mars could be making you burn money as fast as it's coming in. So just be mindful of that. And Venus is going to be in here for approximately 4 months. Because she's going retrograde in here, and then Mars will be in here for some time as well. So just be mindful of that energy. But Venus attracts, Cancer. Venus attracts, and being in your money house, Venus is going to attract it. It's just that Mars is going to maybe want to make you spend it. So just be mindful of that. Again, that yin and yang energy in that 2nd financial house there. Now we have 3 big heavy hitters going backwards in the sky. Nothing new here. I mean, the big guys go backwards in the sky half the year approximately. So we have Pluto going retrograde, we have Saturn going retrograde, we have Neptune going retrograde this month. So Pluto is actually going to pop back into your 7th house of partnerships, love, business, or friendship. This could be something to do with contracts, agreements, negotiations, Cancer. And I know Pluto has been in here since 2008, really transforming love, partnerships, business matters, marriage relationships. I get that. It probably has not been the easiest go, but Pluto has some unfinished business here. Pluto will be in here until the end of the year. And again, I'll be here to talk about it as we go along, as the months go on. So again, we're at the finish line with Pluto. It's just going to take a little bit more time for him to wrap up whatever he needs to wrap up in your 7th house matters. Now, Saturn and Neptune in your 9th house of, long distance travel. Again, this could be immigration, citizenship, dealing with people from, all over the world, different cultures, different backgrounds, legal matters, teaching, higher education. So Neptune has been in here since 2012. Saturn just popped in here recently this year. So again, retrograde planets just sort of introspect. They sort of ask us to relook at things, reassess where we're at, maybe slow down a little bit. Don't push too hard unless we have to. And if we do push, we might get met with delays, especially with Saturn being in there. So do just keep that in mind. And then one thing, Mercury. Mercury follows the sun, Cancer. So again, Mercury is going to help illuminate that 1st house of you, your body, your soul, your soul's intentions. What do you want to do? What lights you up? It really could touch any area of your life, but you are on display this month, Cancer. You are in the spotlight this month. So again, take advantage of it. Your energy should pipe up, especially by the middle of the month. And then, of course, Mercury is still in your 12th house right now, but he will be shuffling into Cancer by the end of June. So a couple just transits I want to note here, because I love anything to do with the North Node, any transits to the North Node. And we have Jupiter conjunct the North Node pretty much right now as I'm recording this video. Super exciting. This has something to do with friends, groups, associations, memberships, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. Something might be crystallizing in this area. And also it's making a really nice aspect to Saturn. So this could be, you know, bringing something, manifesting something, maybe new groups, maybe new friendship circles are coming to the fore. And again, this is very faded energy. So you could be running into people, maybe even people from your past. I don't know, but very, very, very faded energy. And then with Saturn there, it's sort of like crystallizing something. It's giving you an opportunity, maybe an opportunity to travel with friends, or travel and you meet new people from different countries or backgrounds or whatever the case may be. But also Cancer, I'm also seeing possibly here you're putting up boundaries when it comes to friendship circles, long-term friendships, new friendships. Again, memberships, groups, associations that you belong to, that could be a possibility as well with this energy. And then of course the sun being in your sign, illuminating, making a really nice aspect there at the end of the month to the North Node, first house to your 11th house. Again, just putting that focus on you, yourself, and also something to do with, yeah, even your long-term goals, something crystallizing, something coming to form this month. Really, really exciting for you, Cancer. Okay, Leo. My goodness, Leo, you have, where's your sun here? Sun in the 11th house, lighting up your 11th house and 12th house. We're almost there, Leo. You're almost there. Your time of the season is like just around the corner, just around the corner. So, Leo, but for now, focus is on friendship circles, memberships, groups, associations you belong to. This could be long-term goals. This could be long-term goals. This could also be hopes, wishes, and dreams. There we go. And then middle of the month, the sun is going to pop into your 12th house. So you might want to take a step back, Leo, starting in the middle of June, sort of retreat, take a bit of a break before the sun jumps into your sign. And then your energy is going to just extremely pick up. So let's get into where the moons are falling in your chart. So the moons are illuminating your 5th and 11th houses this month. So full moon in Sagittarius on June the 3rd, that is being really nicely aspected to Mars and Pluto, which is really beautiful energy. And it's making that square up to Saturn here. So the 5th house, Leo, is about maybe children, creative projects, your creativity, hobbies, anything like, well, yeah, dating. What am I thinking? Yeah, dating, romances here, self-expression, you know, joy is here, fertility. So Leo, absolutely, something is coming to a culmination point in this area of your life. But the only thing is it's making a square up to Saturn there in your 8th house. So maybe I'll just give you a simple example. Maybe you're going along, spending a whole bunch of money on, I don't know, your kids, you know, sports, soccer, hockey, whatever for your kids. And next thing you know, you get the bill at the end of the year. You get the bill in June and you're like, oh my God, really? This is what it costs to put my kid through this or that? Could be that. Again, just Saturn delays and restricts anything it sort of comes in contact with, especially with a square energy. So do be mindful of that. This could also be taxes, debts, loans coming to a head, or restrictions, delays around things like that. or Saturn might try to put a Debbie Downer energy on your joy, on your happiness, on having fun, on your creativity. So if you're having any blocks this month, Leo, just know this too shall pass. Just give it time, and the energy will dissipate. Now, new moon in Gemini on June 18th, and this is happening in your 11th house of, again, friends, groups, associations, long-term goals, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So normally this is a time, Leo, to plant those seeds of intention, and this new moon is really nicely aspected by Jupiter and Saturn, which is really, really, really nice. However, it's making, again, a square, a funky angle to Neptune there. So Leo, you might not be seeing something clearly when it's with regards to your friends, again, groups, memberships, associations that you belong to. Maybe you're not clear on what your duties and responsibilities are when it comes to these groups or your friendship circles. You could be confused about a long-term goal or a reassessment of that goal. Again, something is just foggy, something you're not seeing clearly. I'm not asking you to crawl under a rock. It's going to pass, the energy will pass, and you will get clarity. But just be mindful of this energy around, again, June 18th, around that time. Now, really exciting news, Leo, I was ready to talk about this off the hop, is Venus is moving into your sign and Mars is in your sign right now. So I know I said earlier your energy might be coming down a couple notches once the sun moves into Cancer, but you have Mars and Venus in your first house, and Mars is no joke. Mars is like shaking you up, waking you up, heating you up from the core, causing some drama and conflict maybe when it comes to really any area of your life because it's your first house. So Leo, you are going to be, how do I say this? Like you're going to attract like crazy, Leo. Venus attracts anything, any house it's in. This is your first house. So that you're going to be attracting in, Leo, whatever you want. So put yourself out there, but do keep in mind, I feel like this energy might be a double-edged sword with Mars in there because I feel like jealousy could come in. Just ignore it. It is what it is because, again, Leos are going to be on display. And just wait until next month. Just wait until next month, Leo, when that sun hits your first house and Venus is there and Mars is there. Like, Leos are going to be the show, the star of the show, for quite a while here. So anyway, be prepared for sort of that yin and yang energy. It's still overall really beautiful energy, Leo, and it fires you up. It motivates you. You have the passion, you have the motivation, you have the drive to get things done. And again, this really could touch any area of your life. So incredible energy for you. Now, the big wigs are going retrograde this month. So I'm talking about Pluto, Saturn, Neptune. They're all going retrograde this month. Nothing really new. These big heavy hitters in the sky, they, it seems like they're retrograde half the year anyway. So nothing new. It's just that Pluto is popping back into your sixth house of day-to-day work, duty, responsibility, your health, your habits, your diets, your routines, your pets. I could keep going here. It's a big house. It's a big house. Pluto has been in here, Leo, for you since 2008. Yeah, it's been difficult to say the least, right? And Pluto has been transforming this area of your life. Pluto is just here to wrap up loose ends. He will be here until the end of the year. So it is what it is, Leo. Let's just light up the end of the tunnel and let's just move forward with it. Now, Saturn and Neptune going retrograde in your eighth house. Again, this is reassessment. Any planets that are going retrograde, it sort of gives us permission to slow down, take stock, what's going on. This is your financial house too, Leo. So maybe slow down, see what's happening. There might be some financial delays. You might have already experienced this already. And Neptune's been in here since 2012. So, I mean, that's not new energy for you. But anyway, take stock, take a step back if you need to. Now, Mercury too is going to be following the sun, lighting up your 11th house, 12th house. So again, giving you more energy when it comes to friends, groups, associations, and also that 12th house energy, which is quieter. Mind you, I don't know how quiet it's going to be for Leos with that Mars and Venus in the first house, but take advantage of this energy, Leo, and look out for burnout. Absolutely look out for burnout this month. Couple highlights for the month. I love it when there's aspects to the nodes. This has a very faded feel to it. So we have Jupiter meeting the North Node right now, and this is up in your career house, Leo. Career, status, public reputation. This is also the parental axis. So something is crystallizing, making a really nice aspect with Saturn there in your 8th. This could be finances coming through, inheritances coming through, debts, taxes, loans, like something, there's an opportunity there, Leo, that might present itself. So take advantage of it. Something to do with your career and something to do with other people's money. So yeah, take advantage of it, Leo. Absolutely. And then the sun in Cancer in that quiet 12th house is also going to be making an aspect to the North Node. I'm thinking this could be something to do with healing something psychological, maybe around work, around your parents, around authority figures, bosses, status, reputation, things like that. This might be a very subtle aspect, Leo. You might notice it, you might not, but regardless, when you're dealing with the nodes, it's very beautiful energy and very faded energy as well. Okay, Virgo. I just need to take a sip here. Okay, Virgo. Let's see here. So the sun is going to be lighting up your 10th house and your 11th house this month. So that's going to be the focus this month. So the 10th house, obviously, that is your career, public reputation. This is also the parental axis as well. And then middle of the month, the sun moves into your 11th house of friends, groups, associations, your long-term goals, any sort of association that you associate with and your role within that group, association, membership, even humanitarian effort, if that applies to you. Now let's talk about where the moon and the moons are falling this month. So this is hitting a really important axis for you, Virgo. This is 4th house of home, family, foundation, and again, your 10th house of career is definitely being lit up this month. So let's talk about that full moon in Sagittarius. So this full moon is being really nicely aspected by Pluto and Mars. However, it is being squared by Saturn in your 7th house. So Virgo, there might be some frustrations, delays, restrictions when it comes to home, family, foundation. Could be marriage partnerships, business partnerships, long-term friendships as well. Maybe even something to do with your kids as well. Again, this too shall pass, but I just want you to be aware of this energy because it is mixed. It is making some nice aspects, but it's also making that challenging aspect to Saturn, which just means maybe some delays and some restrictions around this full moon because this is a culmination point when it comes to home, family, and foundation. Okay, and then we have a new moon in Gemini. Again, you have a very busy 10th house, career house this month, Virgo. So this new moon is making a really nice aspect to Jupiter and Saturn, which is incredible. However, the new moon is making a square to Neptune in that 7th house. So Virgo, there's something you're just not seeing either when it comes to your career, the workplace, something to do with parental figures, authority figures, bosses. This could be contractual agreements that aren't clear. This could be something to do with marriage partnerships, relationships, friendships, love, business, whatever the case may be. There just might not be 100% clarity. So it might be frustrating, Virgo, this month around this full moon and new moon, but just know this energy is going to pass. Okay, now you know, watch around June 3rd, watch around June 18th. If you're feeling frustrated or whatever the case may be, just take a pause. Okay, just take a pause and give it a few days and the energy should lighten up a little bit and you'll get that clarity later on. Really exciting news this month is Venus moving into Leo, where Mars is right now. So this is a quieter area of the chart for you, Virgo. This is really interesting. Um, I'm curious if Virgo, if you're sleeping well at night, and if you're not, Venus in here is going to help sort of ease that a little bit. It's going to help maybe soothe soothe the sleep cycle a little bit if that pertains to you. But this is also a very psychological house. This is a house of endings and losses as well. So this is the subconscious mind. So anything that Mars maybe bubbles up to the surface, the nice thing is Venus is going to be there to sort of smooth things over and help you and support you. So anything that's bubbling up to the surface this month, Virgo, needs to be acknowledged, healed, and let go of. I know it's easier said than done. Work with a counselor or a psychologist or therapist, whatever, to help with this, because Venus will attract in the help you need. Venus is an attractor. So if you do need help in this area of the subconscious mind, where the case may be, trauma as well, great time to work through this area of life. Absolutely. Now we have 3 big heavy hitters in the sky going retrograde this month. Not huge news because we deal with this about a couple times a year. They're retrograde half the year anyway. So I'm talking about Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn. Now Pluto is dipping back into your 5th house this month. So he's just going to wrap up some things. He will be here until the end of the month. And I know Pluto has been in here since 2008. Transforming Virgo, what is fun for you? What is something to do with children, something to do with fertility, something to do with romance, dating, love? You know, Pluto is, yeah, he's just stripping you down to being your true authentic self in this area of life. And he's just not done yet. You know, Pluto is reworking something in this area for you, and he's just not quite done yet. And then similar with Saturn and Neptune, they're going retrograde. So a time to kind of pump the brakes, take a step back, reassess, don't push too hard, Virgo. And if you do, you might be met with some delays or some challenges or some illusions or something like that, or something along those lines, because Saturn just newly in your 7th house of business partnerships, love partnerships, marriage, long-term friendships, contracts, negotiations, agreements. And then Neptune in here has been in this house for you since 2012. So a really good time to reassess anything. And again, this could even tie into something to do with your creativity, creative projects, your children, romance, dating, fertility, things like that. And what else do we have here? And of course, Mercury is cruising along too with the sun. So again, Mercury is going to help put that focus on your career, your public reputation, whatever it is you put out there. It's also the parental access. So the parents might be highlighted this month. And then Mercury will join the sun in Cancer, again, lighting up that friendship house, that long-term goal house, anything, any sort of association or humanitarian effort that you belong to. Couple things this month I want to take note of. I love aspects to the nodes. So we have Jupiter joining the North Node actually right now as I'm recording this video. So, you know, things might fade it. I love the nodes because it's like fate, destiny, karma follows the nodes. So pay attention to what happens around beginning of the month and also around the week of the 23rd, when the sun in Cancer is going to make a nice aspect to the North Node as well. So this is occupying your 9th house, Virgo. So something to do with reaching a larger audience, social media, the internet, long distance traveling, citizenship, immigration, meeting people from all over the world, like just different backgrounds and cultures and countries and whatever the case may be. So yeah, I'm just curious, Virgo, you know, what comes up for you in the month of June. And then the sun is also going to be tying in maybe something to do with friendship circles, new friendship circles, maybe making friends from all over the world, maybe something to do with the internet, putting yourself out there, reaching a bigger audience. Yeah, it's going to be really, really, or maybe even crystallizing something to do with your long-term goals and commitments. And then Jupiter is making a really nice aspect to Saturn in your 7th house. So this can be crystallizing something when it comes to negotiations, contracts, agreements. This could be marriage partnerships, business partnerships, but also this could be you, Virgo, putting up your boundaries when it comes to partnerships, whether love, business, friendship, whatever the case may be. So that's a possibility as well. Okay, so we have Libra. So Libra, your focus this month of June is going to be on 9th house and 10th house matters. So Libra, your focus is going to possibly be on long distance travel, maybe citizenship, immigration, higher education, legal matters, teaching, ethics, beliefs. And then middle of the month, the energy is going to shift into your career sector, Libra. So this can be, also this is the parental access. So maybe something to do with your parents is being highlighted this month, authority figures, bosses, anything that you put out there into the world, the public eye, is going to be your focus for the month of June. Now, the moons this month are falling along your social access. So again, highlighting that 9th house and that 3rd house energy. So let's talk about the full moon in Sagittarius in your 3rd house. So this is going to light up your transportation house, your communication house. Siblings, cousins, neighbors are going to feature, relatives, community, social media, the internet, short distance travel. Is something's coming to a culmination point in this area of life for you, Libra. The nice thing is this full moon is being supported by Pluto and Mars. However, it is making a square to Saturn in your busy 6th house of just day-to-day matters, your health, pets, work, like any sort of duty and responsibility. So it might be Libra, you want to get rolling on something, or you want to do something, or you want to do this and that, and then Saturn is going to meet you with some purposeful delays, let's call it, some purposeful frustration. Saturn is going to maybe slow you down a little bit when it comes to 3rd house matters. You might even have to tend to something to do with transportation, like vehicle issues, or just be mindful of how you move about around this full moon. So anyway, overall, Libra, I mean, nothing to be scared of or worried of or run away from. It is what it is. It's just this too shall pass, and the energy might be a little bit just highlighted a bit more around June the 3rd. And then June the 18th, we have a new moon in Gemini up in your 9th house. Again, that's a busy house for you this month and a focus this month for you. Now, this new moon is making a really nice aspect to Jupiter and Saturn. However, it's making a square to Neptune in that busy day-to-day 6th house. So again, Libra, there's something you're not seeing clearly. There's something that's cloudy, that's foggy, you're not seeing. It could be just the grind of the day-to-day, the crazy busyness of the day-to-day, and you're just not seeing something clearly. So again, this too shall pass. If you're frustrated, take a step back. Let the energy pass and then tackle something head on again. It's just that you're not seeing something clearly, and that's okay. That's just Neptune. That's just Neptune making that aspect. Now, really exciting news. Venus is moving into Leo, where Mars is, and this is really activating that 11th house for you, Libra. So this is friends, groups, associations, memberships that you belong to. This is long-term goals as well, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. Venus attracts. Venus attracts anywhere Venus is, she attracts in things. So for you, Libra, this is also a lucky house, but with Mars there, this is a double-edged sword. I'm going to be honest. So Mars can be an irritant. So there might be some disagreements or challenges when it comes to friendship circles or whatever the case may be. But the nice thing is Venus is going to come in and smooth things over. So you'll really notice the yin and yang extremity energy this month, and possibly moving into next month as well. Venus is going to be in this house for a long time because she is going to go retrograde, and I'll be here to talk about it. But yeah, just know 11th house matters. You'll be attracting in new friendship circles, new people supporting you. And it is a lucky house too, Libra. So, just don't bet the farm or anything like that. But again, you're definitely attracting when it comes into 11th house matters. Now we have 3 big heavy hitters going backwards in the sky starting this month. Not a big surprise. I mean, these big heavy hitters are retrograde half the year anyway. So Pluto is going to pop back into your 4th house of home, family, foundation. Now Pluto has been in here, Libra, for you since 2008. I have no doubt in my mind, Libra, your entire home life has transformed. I really do hope for the better. That's what Pluto wants, is true authenticity. But Pluto is not done yet in Capricorn. So he's going to be in here, I believe, for the rest of the year for you. So yeah, he's just tying up some loose ends. And then same with Saturn, Neptune. They're going retrograde this month. So Saturn newly in your 6th house of day-to-day busyness, and then Neptune's been in here since 2012. So again, Libra, maybe things regarding your health, maybe things regarding, again, oh God, this is such a big, heavy, busy house for you, Libra. It really could touch any area of your life. So again, you're just reassessing something, reassessing your day-to-day, reassessing your health, reassessing your diet, reassessing something to do with maybe even your pets. So, and again, this could even touch on your home foundation as well. I can see that energy as well. It is what it is. Just take a step back, Libra. Don't push too hard. And if you do, you might be met with delays and restrictions anyway. So just do your best to move forward as you can, and don't be afraid to reassess, relook at things, redo things for the better. Now we have also Mercury. Mercury is going to be there activating your 9th house, 10th house, because he follows the sun very closely there. So Mercury is going to be firing up those houses for you of long distance travel and also career and public reputation. And a couple transits I want to note here this month too is that Jupiter's meeting the North Node, and this is actually happening right now as I'm recording this. So this is some sort of a fated blessing or fated encounter coming in for you, Libra. This is in your 8th house. This is also a very heavy transformational house. This is Pluto's house. So, I mean, anything to do with shared resources, Libra. You know, maybe you're going to get help from somebody else financially with shared resources, or something to do with property, or something to do with debt, taxes, loans. That looks good. It should be good, but it really just depends on your own personal chart, Libra. So another aspect that's really supportive is Jupiter making a really nice aspect to Saturn. So again, so 2 heavy houses for you, Libra, are being activated this month. But the nice thing is they're being met with a sextile with this case. So this is an opportunity aspect, Libra. So maybe you have an opportunity to generate new income. Again, this is other people's money. This is other sources of income that's coming in. And Saturn is in your work house. So, you know, you just never know, Libra. If you're looking for a job, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. You just never ever know. Because again, this is an opportunity aspect. It might not come automatic, but it might will. You just never know. And then the sun is going to also make a really beautiful aspect to the North Node from your career house. Or again, this could be something to do with parents, authority figures, bosses, marriage, status, things like that. Again, some sort of fated encounter or situation might come up beginning of June and maybe middle to the end of June. And also, Libra, you might be putting up your boundaries. You might actually be putting up your boundaries when it comes to day-to-day work, duty, responsibility. Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put up your boundaries, Libra, because maybe you're doing everything around the household and it's time to ask for help. It's time to get your partner involved. It's time to get the kids involved. Whatever the case may be, maybe it's time to hire somebody to, I don't know, vacuum the carpets once every couple weeks, whatever the case may be. Time to put up your boundaries, Libra, in, you know, really day-to-day stuff, or maybe even something to do with your health, diet, habits, routines, your pets, things like that. This is a really great month to hone in on that type of energy as well. Scorpio, I got to take a drink here. Scorpio. All right. So what is the sun doing for you this month? So your focus, Scorpio, this month is going to be on a financial house, more so other people's resources and money. And then also your ninth house of legal matters, teaching, religion, long distance travel, higher education. Also maybe dealing with people across the world or reaching a higher audience, things like that. So really heavy emphasis, Scorpio, on these two areas of your life. Now let's talk about the moons, because the moons are also lighting up your financial axis this month, Scorpio. So the full moon down in Sagittarius there, that's happening on June the 3rd, it's being really nicely aspected by Pluto and Mars, which is really supportive energy. However, Saturn in your 5th house is squaring this full moon. So something to do with financial matters, material possessions, how you make money, how you keep a roof over your head, so to speak. That might be met with some sort of delay, restriction, frustration when it comes to children, your creative projects, hobbies, romance, dating, trying to have fun. So Saturn might create a little bit of a tense aspect there, because this is a culmination point when it comes to your finances. A simple example would be, maybe you've been spending the last 6 months on your kids' hockey or soccer or something like that. The bill comes in and you're like, holy crap, this is how much I owe? Like, what the hell? Where did this come from? That's just a very simple example. Or getting carried away with hobbies, for example. And next thing you know, it's like, ooh, okay, I spent way too much money here on these hobbies. Or maybe spending too much money, Scorpio, on having fun. Who knows? The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit with possibilities here. So that's the full moon. Now the new moon that's happening in your 8th house of Gemini there, this new moon is actually where you plant your seeds of intention, Scorpio. It's being really nicely aspected by Jupiter and Saturn, which is incredible. However, it's being squared up by Neptune also in your 5th house of children and creative projects and romance and dating and having fun and your fertility. So Scorpio, you're just not seeing something very clearly here. Also, what popped into my mind that I have to say is if you are dating multiple people and having sex, casual sex, and if you don't want to start a family, Scorpio, do your best to, take those extra precautions, because we are dealing with Neptune here. And this is like illusions, and you're not seeing something maybe clearly when it comes to 5th house or 8th house matters. And this could also be illusions regarding your kids, your creativity, your hobbies, your projects, but also 8th house matters. So other people's money, other people's resources, property, any sort of shared resources, taxes, debts, loans, things like that, you might not be seeing 100% clearly around the 18th of June. Nothing to be fearful of. The energy will pass, but just be mindful if you're frustrated or you're not seeing something clearly, whether it's around June 3rd or June 18th, just know the energy will pass. And also these moons are being aspected, like I said, by other planets and points and aspects in the sky, which is really beautiful energy. So the squares are more so just of a sort of like a caution, a warning, just a heads up. Now, really beautiful news. Venus is joining Mars in your 10th house of career, status, public reputation. This is also the parental axis. Super exciting for you, Scorpio. So if you had maybe some challenges and difficulties in the area of career and work, or your parents or authority figures or bosses, Venus is going to come in here and help smooth things over for you, Scorpio. So that's really nice energy. Also, wherever Venus is, she attracts in. If you're looking for a job, Scorpio, I'm going to say put yourself out there, apply. Venus is going to be in here for about 4 months because she's doing a retrograde. Mars is going to be in here for a few weeks as well. Take advantage of this energy. I feel like you'll be very motivated and driven with regards to your career, or maybe something to do with your parents. Whatever it is that you put out in the public eye is going to be sort of amped up. But do keep in mind, Mars in here is a double-edged sword. So you're really going to feel that yin and yang energy when it comes to your career, your work, your status, your public reputation, and even dealing with your parents as well. Now we have 3 big heavy hitters going retrograde in the sky this month. There's nothing new about that. These big players in the sky usually go retrograde about half the year for us. So I'm talking about Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn. Pluto is going to hop back into your 3rd house just to tie up some loose ends. I understand Pluto has been here since 2008. So Pluto is going to be here for the rest of the year. He's just going to, there's something that's just not quite finished yet when it comes to transforming your communications, internet, social media, transportation, how you get around, social or short distance travel. Also, this is siblings, cousins, neighbors, and relatives as well. And then Neptune and Saturn in your 5th house there. Again, this could be just introspection, something to do with your children, something to do with your creative projects, hobbies, romance, dating. Basically, it's your fun house, Scorpio. So with these planets going retrograde, it's more of an introspection time, looking within. Are your needs being met? Are you satisfied? Are you happy? Are you having fun? What does it take to have fun? What is your definition of fun? Things like that. And also something to do with your kids as well. Maybe reassessing your relationships with your children, of course, depending on their age as well. And then just a couple highlights for the month, Scorpio. So I love aspects to the nodes because they have a very fated, destined feel to them. So Jupiter is conjunct the North Node in your 7th house of any sort of partnership, business partnership, love partnership, long-term friendships, contracts, negotiations, agreements. This is incredible energy for your 7th house, Scorpio, and it's making a really nice aspect down in your 5th house of children, creativity, self-expression, romance, dating, having fun, Scorpio. So I love, 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 love this energy for you. Pay attention to what happens around the 1st week of June and also the week of the 23rd of June. That's when the sun in your 9th house of legal matters, your belief systems, long distance travel. This could be citizenship, immigration, dealing with people from different cultures all over the world, reaching a higher audience, whatever the case may be. This is also making a really nice aspect to the North Node in your 7th house. So interesting time. Take note of these times. They might have a bit of a faded feel, bumping into people, whether it's, people from your past, present, future, who knows? It just has a very faded social interaction for you, Scorpio. Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, the sun, where is the focus for you this month? So focus for you, Sag, is going to be 7th and 8th house matters. So relationships of all kinds, business partnerships, love partnerships. This could also be contracts, negotiations, agreements. And then also middle of the month when the sun moves into Cancer, this is going to highlight any sort of taxes, debts, loans, money, resources, shared money, property, finances, things like that. That's going to be the focus for you in June. Now let's talk about the moon and the axis where they fall this month. So this is your 1st house and 7th house axis. So this is the I am axis, and this is the other axis, basically. So Sag, let's start with your full moon that's happening in your sign in your 1st house. So really, Sagittarius, this is like a culmination point of some sort. So this could be your identity, your personality, your body, the health of your body. This really could touch any area of your life. It's to do with major life themes. So the nice thing is, Sag, this full moon is making a really nice aspect to Pluto and Mars. However, it is making a challenging aspect to Saturn down in your 4th house. So there could be delays, restrictions, frustrations coming out of the home base, family, foundation, your roots, the past, things like that. Just know the energy is going to pass. I just want you to be aware of this energy that could be present at the beginning of the month. Now, the new moon that's falling in your partnership sector, again, this is all about contracts, marriage, legal matters, business partnerships, love relationships in general. You know, this new moon is being very well aspected to Jupiter and Saturn, which is beautiful, but it's making a square to Neptune. And again, that's down in your 4th house of home, family, foundation. So again, Sagittarius, you might be frustrated, met with delays, restrictions when it comes to 4th house matters. So home, family, foundation, parents, you know, something to do with the parental axis as well. You know, this could be some sort of authority figures in your life. You're not seeing something clearly. I would recommend, Sagittarius, to avoid signing contracts and agreements around the 18th of June. If you have to, you have to. But I'm just saying it might be cloudy. Something might be cloudy around that time and you're not really seeing things straight. And that's okay. Like if you have to sign on the dotted line, sign on the dotted line. Just know that you might miss something. Something might come to light later on. And there's nothing wrong with that. This isn't doom and gloom. I like to prepare people for these type of transits. So just keep that in mind, Sagittarius. You don't have to crawl under a rock just yet. Just be mindful, again, around the beginning of the month, around the 18th of the month. If you're met with these delays and frustrations, they're meant to be. So, and again, wait it out. I mean, the energy is going to pass pretty quickly. Really exciting news of Venus moving into the sign of Leo, joining Mars here up in your 9th house. This is legal matters. This is teaching. This is trainings. This is long distance travel. This is dealing with people all over the world or reaching a higher audience. So Sagittarius, this is really interesting. You're attracting in this house of life. So you could be attracting in long distance travel. You could be, you know, if you're trying to get anything to do with citizenship or immigration, it should start moving along better this month. But keep in mind, Mars is in there as well. And Mars is fantastic for motivation, drive, and passion. But Mars can be a bit of a double-edged sword, and Mars can cause some problems. Mars can cause some separation in this area as well. So just keep that in mind over the next couple months, because I know Mars is going to be in here for a while. Venus is going to be in here for 4 months, but regardless, Venus attracts in. Just remember that Venus attracts in wherever she's transiting in your chart. So really nice energy there. And then we have 3 big heavy hitters going retrograde in the sky. I'm talking about Saturn, Neptune, Pluto. Pluto is backing into your 2nd financial house and your material possessions house and your values. There's just something there that Pluto has to wrap up. He's going to be there, I believe, until the end of the year. So again, I know Pluto has been in here since 2008, transforming your finances, how you earn money, your work, and even your material possessions and your values. So Pluto's not done yet. So Pluto is continuing to do his work in this house for you. And then same with Neptune and Saturn. Saturn's newly in your 4th house of home, family, foundation, the roots, your roots, past, things like that. Neptune has been in here since 2012. So when these planets go retrograde, it's just taking a pause, taking a step back, reassessing things, maybe not pushing so hard. And if you do push hard, that's okay. It just might be met with delays and restrictions. And anyway, that's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. These planets, like I said, are retrograde half the year. So we're sort of used to this energy, and it's kind of nice to not go all the time and maybe take a step back and reassess where we are at in our lives. Now, some highlights for the month. I love any sort of aspects to the north or south nodes. We have Jupiter joining hands with the north node in your busy 6th house of day-to-day work, duty, responsibility. This could be the workplace, your coworkers. This could be your health. Also diet and pets and nutrition is in this house too. So something is definitely crystallizing here, Sagittarius, or maybe you're putting your boundaries up when it comes to maybe a family member or family in general, or maybe you are finally saying, look, I'm not doing everything around the house anymore. I need help. And it's laying down those firm boundaries and foundations with those family members or your kids or something like that to get help with your day-to-day busy life and duties and responsibility. And also this could be some tied in with finances as well, because when the sun makes a really nice aspect to the north node, maybe something to do with other people's resources might come in at this time or might be illuminated in some way, or you might get a boost when it comes to your finances or taxes or debts or loans or any sort of shared resources or property. This again is an opportunity aspect, so it does look good. And I do love the nodes because we're always working with beautiful faded type of energy. All right, Capricorn. So Capricorn, what's going on for you this month? So the sun is currently in your busy, busy, busy 6th house of day-to-day duty, responsibility, work, and more work, and your diet and your health and your nutrition and fitness and your pets even. So very, very, very busy month for you, Capricorn. And then the sun is going to move into your 7th house of partnership. So love, business, contracts, negotiations, agreements. That's going to be your focus this month, Capricorn, is those 2 houses. And Mercury is going to be there as well, activating these houses as well, increasing the chatter, communication, text messages, short distance trips, blah, 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 blah. Just chat, 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 chat. So now let's talk about the moons and where they're falling in your chart this month. So again, that 6th house activation of day-to-day work, duty, responsibility, and the quieter area of your chart is being lit up this month. So let's start with the full moon in Sagittarius happening at 13 degrees. Now this full moon is making a really, really nice aspect to Pluto and also Mars. And the first thing that came to mind is healing. Healing might be on the forefront this month for you, Capricorn, or around this full moon, I should say. Now, this full moon, though, is making a square to Saturn, and this is down in your 3rd house. So there might be, I feel like this might be just the mindset for you, Capricorn. I mean, it could be delays, restrictions, frustrations with regards to maybe, well, again, siblings, cousins, neighbors, communication in general, things not moving quick enough for you, or maybe you're trying to wrap things up. You want things to happen yesterday, Capricorn, and they're not happening. Again, some of these things might bubble up to the surface. Just take a step back, take a breather, and just know this transit will pass. Now, the new moon in Gemini, again, highlighting that busy, busy, busy day-to-day house for you. Definitely, Capricorn, if you're looking for new work, plant those seeds of intention, start applying, put yourself out there, even if you're in freelance work or consulting work or own your own business. The only thing I caution around this new moon is that it squares up to Neptune, that's also in your 3rd house with Saturn there. So again, this has anything to do with communication, traveling, transportation, siblings, cousins, neighbors. So Capricorn, you're not seeing something 100% clearly when it comes to your day-to-day, when it comes to your work, duty, responsibility, pets, nutrition, health, diet. So again, if you're frustrated or you're confused about something, you're not seeing something clearly, the energy is going to pass. So just keep that in mind around the 18th of June. But again, this new moon is being really nicely aspected with Saturn and Jupiter. So both of these moons this month, Capricorn, are a mixed bag. The energy could go either way. So I'm just letting you know of maybe some possibilities, maybe some delays and frustrations. If that happens, just take a step back. The energy will pass. Absolutely. And if you're not seeing something clearly in your day to day, or even diet, health, nutrition, pets, whatever, coworkers, the people that work for you, again, the energy is going to pass and then something will come to light later on, like something that you're just not seeing clearly right now will come to light later on. Now we have three big heavy hitters going retrograde in the sky. Nothing new here. These big players in the sky usually are retrograde half the year anyway, so nothing new here. But we have Pluto, we have Neptune and Saturn going retrograde. So Pluto is not done with you yet, Capricorn. I know Pluto's been here since 2008, transforming who you are, your identity, your physical body, major life themes for you, Capricorn. Pluto's not done with you yet. So Pluto's just wrapping up this area of life before he permanently moves on to Aquarius, and that's not going to happen until 2024. So just light at the end of the tunnel, Capricorn. It's coming. It's there. You can see it. It's just certain things you have to wrap up before Pluto moves on into your financial sector. And then Saturn and Neptune there in your third house. Again, siblings, cousins, neighbors, transportation, short distance travels. Going retrograde, this is like introspection, right? Relooking at things, reassessing things, revising things, redoing things. So just take a step back, Capricorn, in this area of your life if you have to or if you can. If you're trying to push things drastically in this area of life, and if you're met with confusion or delays or restrictions, that's why, is because these two heavy hitters are going backwards in the sky. But again, it's not a bad energy. It's a really great energy to pause, take a step back, maybe even take a break, Capricorn, from social media, and I don't know, take a break, take a trip is what I'm trying to say, maybe. And then what else do we have here? And then, of course, Mercury is following the sun. So Mercury is also going to highlight your busy work sector and also your relationship partnership sector, whether that's love, business, or friendship. Highlights of the month that I personally love. I love aspects to the nodes because they're just so fated. They're destined. It's like karma. So we're in this energy right now as I'm recording this video. So we have Jupiter there meeting the North Node in your fifth house of romance, of fun, of dating, of playfulness, of just diving into creative projects, Capricorn, hobbies, children, things like that. So this is a really great time, Capricorn, hopefully where something will crystallize for you, a blessing will come in. Again, we're at the back end of this T-square though, so sometimes the blessing, it might be difficult to go through the swamp before you get to the blessing, but it will be there, you know, and something's going to crystallize, especially with that sextile to Saturn. This is an opportunity aspect, Capricorn. So for example, if you want to start a family, if you want to turn a hobby into a business or an income stream, if you want to maybe, you know, something to do with your relatives or your neighbors or your siblings or something like that, maybe reach out and make that effort to build a bridge back between you two and get to know these people on a maybe a different level, a deeper level. So those are just some examples, Capricorn. And then also the sun moving into your seventh house of partnerships, making a really nice aspect to the North Node. You never know, like this could be getting a new clientele, getting a new, you know, something to do with work or something to do with, yeah, just new people maybe coming in, new relationships, new business partnerships. Again, it will have a fated, destined feel to them, Capricorn. So be mindful of the beginning of June and also sort of middle to the end of June. That's when this energy will sort of be taking shape here. Aquarius. So Aquarius, where's your focus this month? So your focus this month is going to be in your 5th house and your 6th house. So Aquarius, for you, this is focusing on dating, romance, having fun, having a good time with your kids or spending time with your kids. And then as the sun moves into your 6th house, busyness is going to kick in for you, Aquarius. So this is day-to-day duty, responsibility, habits, routines, your diet, your pets. This could also, I think I mentioned, touch on your kids. So yeah, it's going to become a little bit more hectic for you, Aquarius, and also Mercury there. The communication is going to ramp up. The chatter is going to ramp up. Emailing, text messages, lots of chatter this month for you, Aquarius. So that's where the focus is going to be for you this month. Now let's talk about where the moons are falling in your chart this month. So again, that 5th house is being highlighted and your 11th house is being highlighted. So that full moon up in your 11th house to do with friendship circles, groups, memberships, associations that you belong to. This is also your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. This is also a lucky house for you, Aquarius. So this is a culmination point for you. So the full moon is making a really nice aspect to Pluto and Mars, which is incredible, beautiful, supportive, healing type of energy. However, it is squaring off to Mars in your financial sector. So Aquarius, beginning of the month, there might be some frustration or delays surrounding your material possessions, your values, something to do with work or how you earn a living, money in general. So if that's the case, just take a step back and just think this too shall pass, and the energy will pass. So the new moon in Gemini, as I mentioned, landing in that 5th house of fun, romance, creativity, children. So this is where you plant those seeds of intention, Aquarius, in 5th house matters. And the new moon is being supported, thankfully, by Jupiter and Saturn, which is really beautiful energy. However, Neptune is making a square to this new moon, which can bring in fogginess. You're not seeing something clearly. So again, this is, I have to put it out there, Aquarius, if you're dating somebody new or someone new comes in, or you're dating period, you're not seeing someone clearly. You're not seeing something clearly. And it's not the end of the world. Again, this energy is going to pass, but you're just not seeing something clearly, whether it's in your romance sector, something to do with your children, or something to do with your finances or your material possessions is a possibility as well. But again, the energy is going to pass, Aquarius. I'm just here to warn you. You know, good energy with the moons, you know, the new moon and the full moon. It's just that it's a mixed bag, you know, like we have some really nice aspects, but then we have some challenging aspects. So it really could depend on how this goes for you, just depending on your chart. Now, really beautiful energy. Venus is joining Mars in your partnership sector of Leo. This is really exciting news for those of you looking to attract in a new partner, whether this is love, this is business, or new friendships, groups, associations, whatever the case may be. And also contracts, agreements, negotiations, Aquarius. So if you are looking for work, or if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a freelancer, I'd say put yourself out there. Wherever Venus is, Venus naturally attracts. So you are going to naturally attract a business partner. You're going to naturally attract a love relationship into your life, because even your 5th house is activated this month, Aquarius. So it's full on if you're looking to date and if you're looking to start a family. Beautiful time to do that as well. However, with Mars in here, Mars can create some irritation in partnerships. Mars can create some separation in partnerships and arguments and frustrations. So you might really notice the yin and yang energy over the next few months with Mars and Venus in your 7th house. You know, Venus will smooth things over, but then Mars is going to continue to shake things up, right? So anyway, it is what it is, Aquarius. Overall, it's really nice energy for especially your 7th house. So just focus on that Venus, focus on the love, beauty, and attracting in what you want in this area of life. Now we have 3 big heavy hitters going retrograde in the sky. Nothing new. It's just that retrograde planets ask us to revise, revisit something, redo something, maybe pump the brakes a little bit. So I'm talking about Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune. Pluto's going to dip back into your 12th house. I know he's been there since 2008, redefining what endings and loss and transformation mean to you, even psychological matters mean to you. This is a really quiet, sort of behind the scenes house for you. So again, Pluto's not done in this area of life, and Pluto will be there until the end of the year for you. Now, Neptune and Saturn going retrograde in your financial house. Neptune has been in here since 2012. And then Saturn newly in your second house of finances and work and income. So again, reassessing something, readjusting something, reflecting on something. You know, how do you want to make money? How do you want to lay those firm foundations? Do you want to move? Do you want to go after a mortgage? Do you want to go after a loan? You know, renovations, whatever the case may be. You're reassessing something in that area of life. Now, just a couple highlights for the month. I love aspects to the nodes because they have such a faded feel to them. And for you, Aquarius, this is hitting your 4th house of home, family, foundation, and your 10th house of career, status, reputation as well. Could be a possibility here. So Jupiter meeting the North Node there in your 4th house, a home, family, foundation. This could be finding the perfect home, Aquarius. This could be blessings coming out of the darkness, because we are coming off a fixed grand cross right now. So this energy might be a mixed bag before the blessing comes through. But in your 4th house, a home, family, foundation, this could be a real, true, fated event happening for you, which is very incredible. And it's making a nice aspect to Saturn in your 2nd house. Really good example, Aquarius, of moving, getting a mortgage. The finances will be there. The support is going to be there, and it's going to have like that faded feel. And with the sun also making a really nice aspect to this North Node in your 4th house, this could be, again, a connection to day-to-day duty, responsibility, work. I would say if you're looking for work, put yourself out there, Aquarius, put yourself out there. You never know. You might be in the right place at the right time, or you might score an incredible job working from home, for example. So anyway, the energy could go multitude of ways, but regardless, it's going to be really nice energy for you, Aquarius. Pisces. So Pisces, let's see where the sun is lighting up your chart this month. So Pisces focus is going to be on home, family, foundation, parental access as well, and also romance, creativity, love, self-expression, hobbies, dating. So, and also children, if I didn't mention children. So that's going to be the focus for you this month, Pisces, which is really beautiful. And Mercury is going to be following the sun as well, transiting through your 4th house and your 5th house, also infusing these houses with more communication, chit chat, chatter, social media, maybe some short distance traveling as well. So let's talk about the moons, because the moons are also falling in your 4th and 10th house axis. Very important. You know, your 10th house of career, public status, reputation, and of course your home, family, foundation, roots, and the past. So that full moon up in Sag there, Pisces. This full moon is shining a light on your career and or possibly home matters. Now, the full moon is being really nicely aspected by Pluto and Mars, which is incredible energy. However, it's making a square up to Saturn in your 1st house. So Pisces, this could be so many different things. This could be delays in your career, frustrations with career, frustrations with parents, some sort of restriction maybe on you. You can't move forward, maybe your health, or something to do with the physical body sort of restricts you in some way, shape, or form. So that is a possibility beginning of the month around June the 3rd. Just keep in mind this energy will pass, Pisces. It's not going to last forever. Now, you have a new moon down in your 4th house of home, family, foundation. Beautiful time to set those new moon intentions for the next 6 months. Really nice aspects to Saturn and Jupiter, which is incredible. However, it's making a square to Neptune, unfortunately. So again, and Neptune's in your 1st house. So this could be fogginess, Pisces. You're not seeing something clearly. You're not something to do with home, family, foundation, the roots, the past. You're not really seeing 100%, or you might be foggy in some way, shape, or form. So I mean, you don't have to hide under a rock, Pisces. I'm just giving you a warning. There might be some restrictions, some delays, some fogginess. And again, this could be around you personally, how you move forward. This could really touch any area of your life. Obviously your home life and your career looks to be affected as well, but also the possibility of friendships could be affected as well, and relationships as well. So again, the energy will pass. This too shall pass, Pisces. So just be mindful of the energy around the 3rd and the 18th of the month. Now, exciting news of Venus joining Mars in Leo in your 6th house, a busy day-to-day work, duty, responsibility, your diet, your health, your habits, and your pets. Now, Pisces, anywhere Venus is, she attracts in. She attracts in those blessings, love, and money. So Pisces, if you're looking for work, please put yourself out there. Please, please, please put yourself out there. I think it's going to be a great next 4 months. Venus is spending 4 months in this area of life. A great time to attract in work. Fantastic time to attract in new work, changing up those routines. Maybe like really good time to work with coworkers. If you own your own business, you're going to be attracting in, finding the right people to work with you as well. But with Mars in there, a little bit of a double-edged sword, unfortunately, because Mars can be an irritant. Mars can inflame. Mars can separate. Mars can cause some anger, frustration. But Venus is there to smooth things over. So you might really notice over the next few months a real strong yin and yang energy when it comes to that busy day-to-day house in your life. And again, this can affect technically any area of your life. So just be mindful of this energy, Pisces. Now we have 3 big heavy hitters going retrograde in the skies this month. Now, nothing new. These big guys always go backwards in the sky about half of the year. So I'm talking about Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune. So Pluto is backing into your 11th house of groups, friends, memberships, associations that you belong to. What is your role in these groups as well, and friendship circles, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So also your long-term goals. Pluto is reassessing something in this area. Pluto is asking you to go over something in this area. And Pluto's going to be here for a long time, until the end of the year. But Pluto will not move into your 12th house permanently until late 2024. And then same thing with Saturn and Neptune. Retrograding in the 1st house, this is sort of like reassessing what you want out of life, reassessing your physicality, your body, your spirituality, who you are, your personality. What do you want? What do you want to crystallize in the next few years? So these planets are sort of helping you become that and do that. And if you notice, Pisces, you're pushing, and you're not getting anywhere, just stop, reassess, take a step back, and just take a break. Because if you push too hard, you might be met with either confusion or delays or something along those lines. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. Just a couple important transits I want to make note of. I love any sort of aspects to the nodes because they have such a faded destiny type of feel to them. So Jupiter is meeting the North Node in your third house of transportation, communication, the mindset, siblings, cousins, neighbors, teaching, short distance travel. So some sort of faded encounter is going to happen here, Pisces. Now we are at the back end of a fixed grand cross though. So this energy might be a mixed bag depending on how this is falling in your chart. But you know, hopefully the blessing will be coming at some point. So pay attention to the beginning of June, also the middle of June to the end of June, because we also have a Jupiter sextile up to Saturn in your first house. So this is crystallizing something, Pisces. This is maybe it's something to do with boundaries, like putting up your boundaries when it comes to social media, when it comes to the internet, when it comes to siblings, cousins, neighbors. It could be that. And then also the sun is making a nice aspect from your fifth house to your third house where the north node is. And again, this could be a variety of different things, but this could have again a flavor of faded destiny type of themes. So this could be something to do with children, creativity, self-expression. Again, it could have something to do with travel, usually short distance, but it could also be long distance as well. So that's really beautiful, a beautiful supportive aspect from the sun. So do pay attention this month to any sort of faded events, and really it could touch any area of your life because you know your first house is quite well, you have Saturn and Neptune there, so you're definitely reinventing yourself, Pisces, from the inside out for sure. All right, so that